NFL Week 6 is right around the corner. Welcome, guys. My name is DK. In this video, we're going to be talking about 5 player props that I like on PrizePicks and Underdog. If this is your first time watching, I cover content for player props, PrizePicks, Underdog, Parlay Play, and I'll cover content for DFS, NBA, NFL, covering the NBA preseason. We've been on in an absolutely insane stretch for the NBA preseason. We'll recap that in a second. But if you guys are looking for more content, more plays, PrizePicks, Underdog stuff, or for more DFS stuff, you can check out my Patreon link down below. Let's quickly kind of just recap how everything's been going over the last couple days. Again, DFS has been absolutely phenomenal. We've been dominating NBA preseason. Over the last 3 days, over the last 4 days, I've had 3 4-figure wins here, $1,000+ wins on DFS. For PrizePicks and for player prop stuff, Underdog went 6-1 and got hooked out of another $800 because of D'Angelo Russell hooking us on assists, which the 2 assists in the second half were not actually assists. Lakers scorekeepers were just not doing their job correctly, so that was very, very frustrating. And then this was 2 days ago, won $1,250 for DFS, and then PrizePicks stuff on Thursday. We went 9-2 for NBA. For NFL, we went, I believe, 8-2. It was very, very unfortunate. One of the plays we gave out in the video, Rasheed Rice, did not go under. He had 2 long catches in fourth quarter when they were playing from ahead. That was a little bit frustrating. That under was looking really, really good. But then again, those 2 long catches in the fourth, but still was a phenomenal day for NFL once again. Again, at PrizePicks or player prop stuff for NBA, we've been dominating. As I said, I wish I could make videos for NBA preseason player props, but it's just not possible. If you're on the Patreon, my plays get bumped instantly. Like, I post my Underdog stuff, it gets bumped in 15 to 20 seconds. PrizePicks not much longer either. So we've been robbing them in the NBA preseason. It's still been good in the NFL as well. So let's hopefully we can keep it going for NFL Week 6. All right, so we'll start off with the first play here, and we look into is that can be Brandon Powell and his receptions prop at 2.5. And this is going to be available on both. Now, for some reason, my PrizePicks wasn't loading. I had to go to an incognito tab. I don't know why, but it was not working on my regular tab. So I had to go incognito here. But yeah, we're going to be looking to Brandon Powell and his receptions prop at 2.5. And we're going to be looking to more than 2.5. This is available on both PrizePicks and Underdog. So let's talk about the reasons why. Now, a lot of you guys might not be familiar. Who's Brandon Powell, right? Well, take a look at the Vikings. The Vikings, so no Justin Jefferson, right? And that's huge. Obviously, one of the best receivers in the NFL. I don't have to tell you guys that. You guys know that. But with Justin Jefferson out, that's a massive amount of catches and targets to go around. So here's the thing with Minnesota. They are one of the few teams in the NFL. They do not rotate guys, right? So when Justin Jefferson went down last game, it was Brandon Powell that subbed in. And Brandon Powell on limited snaps, 4 catches on 6 targets. So Minnesota, they run a lot of 3 wide receiver sets. It's going to be Addison, it's going to be Osborne, it's going to be Brandon Powell. And then obviously they're going to have TJ Hawkinson playing in the tight end position. We know this Bears defense is not great. My only concern with this play is weather is not expected to be great, so we'll keep an eye on that. But it's not, I don't think it's going to be too bad, the weather in this game. If you take a look, let's go to receptions. And let's take a look at Brandon Powell. All right, where is it? So Brandon Powell, over 2.5 receptions is -125. So juice is on the over. So again, first play we're going to be taking is Brandon Powell over 2.5 receptions. Available on both PrizePicks and Underdog. Second play we're going to go to is a guy that honestly should have had a bigger game last week, and that's going to be Jonathan Mingo. We're looking at his receiving yards at 32.5. This is available on both PrizePicks and Underdog as well. And here's the thing, right? The Panthers are awful. They're awful, so they're going to be playing from behind here, and they're going up against the Dolphins. They're going to put up a ton of points. So this is going to be great game script. I can almost guarantee you for the Carolina Panthers. Again, Dolphins expected to put up a ton of points. And with Carolina, if you take a look at the snaps last week, they basically just played 3 receivers the entire game. That was Thielen, that was Chark, and that was Mingo. Now let's talk through Mingo, right? 5 targets here week 1, 8 targets here week 2. This game, week 3, he got injured very early on, 3 catches on 6 targets. Finally, again, he stayed healthy, 5 catches on 7 targets, and dropped a touchdown. He's getting targeted a ton. This is going to be good game script. And if you take a look at his receiving yards prop, let's go over to receiving yards for Jonathan Mingo. Where is it? Reception yards. Receiving yards, I should say. Mingo currently is minus 120 to go over 32.5. So Thielen's obviously going to get a lot of targets, but Mingo right now looks to be the wide receiver 2 in this offense. Rarely leaving the field. I can almost guarantee you they're going to be playing from behind. So we're going to take more than 32.5 receiving yards with Jonathan Mingo, again, available on both PrizePicks and Underdog. Our pick number 3, we're going to be looking to a receptions prop. Let's go over to Michael Pittman. And we are also going to be taking the over. Again, I'm definitely not an over bro. I took like all unders on Thursday Night Football. That worked out in a huge way. While everything I saw on YouTube and on Twitter where everyone just hammering overs, even though the weather is not expected to be great. But we're looking at Michael Pittman at 5.5 receptions, and it's a weird situation here because with the Colts playing with a back quarterback, it actually benefits the Colts receivers because Anthony Richardson is not your traditional quarterback, right? He gets a lot of it done on the ground. That's what Anthony Richardson is. He's a very mobile quarterback. Well, you go from Anthony Richardson, who's very mobile, gets a lot of done on the ground, to Gardner Minshew, who's more of the pocket passer, right? He threw 44 times here. This game he came in halfway, threw 23 times. This game he came in at the end, threw 14 times. So it actually benefits the Colts receivers, guys like Pittman, Downs, and Pierce, when they have a pocket passer in Gardner Minshew as opposed to Anthony Richardson. So Pittman, this game, I think could be a sneaky shootout with the Colts and the Jags. He's, going to get targeted a ton. He's averaging, 8-9 targets a game right now. And I also think the Colts are most likely to be playing from behind here against the Jags. If you take a look at DraftKings Sportsbook, and let's take a look at receiving yards here for, where is it? For Michael Pittman, where are the Colts? I just want to make sure I didn't pass them. Okay, so Pittman, hold on. At receiving yards, not receptions. Go to receptions and let's take a look at Michael Pittman. And we can see that he is minus 135 to go over. So juice is very heavily on the over for Michael Pittman. This play also available on Underdog. So I expect this one to get bumped, I would say, before the game start. I think this will get bumped to 6 receptions. So we're going to take more than 5.5 receptions for Michael Pittman, available on both PrizePicks and Underdog. Another player we're looking to is going to be a rushing yards prop. And we're going to be looking to Zach Moss. And we're going to be taking the under on 45.5 rushing yards for Zach Moss. So Colts, they eased Jonathan Taylor into the last game in his first game back. But they said that they plan to ramp up Taylor's workload. So the Colts literally just signed him to a 3-year, $42 million extension. Clearly, he is the guy, right? Now, how much the workload goes up is a little bit more up in the air. But Zach Moss, I expect to be in a timeshare at best. Now, sure, again, he had a huge week last week. I don't read too much into that. I expect Taylor to get a lot more carries here. So, again, the last 5 bros, right? The last 5 bros are really not going to like this play. Again, and that means absolutely nothing. I don't care what happens. The last 5 bros are going to hate it. They're going to be like, no way, man. Look what he's done the last 5 games. That literally means nothing, right? Because this is a completely different situation now with Jonathan Taylor there and with Jonathan Taylor snaps increasing. So we're going to take Zach Moss less than 45.5 rushing yards. That is available on both PrizePicks and Underdog as the 4th pick. And the 5th and final pick we're going to be looking to is going to be Chuba Hubbard. And we're going to be looking at his fantasy score prop here on PrizePicks. And we're going to be taking less than 11.5 fantasy score for Chuba Hubbard. So let's take a look at Carolina. Obviously, we know that there's no Miles Sanders this week. But here's the thing with Chuba Hubbard, right? No Miles Sanders. Now let's read the report on it. Expected to serve as the lead back. Will do it by committee. But Chuba will likely get the bulk of the carries. What I read into this is Chuba, I expect to get a lot of the early down work. And then I think they're going to bring in a guy like Raheem Blackshear to run, the passing down situations. Now, in a game against Miami where they're pretty big dogs, and they said it's going to be committee, but Chuba's going to get the early down work, I think we have a pretty good shot to hit this under, right? If Chuba's not going to get a lot of the passing down work, the PPR stuff, then I think we have a very good chance to hit this, because the Panthers are going to be playing from behind almost the entire game, most likely, right? We know how good this Miami Dolphins offense is. So, again, expected to be a committee according to the coach, but Chuba getting the early down work doesn't really scare me too much. As long as he doesn't fall in the end zone here, I think we have an amazing shot to hit the under 11.5 fantasy score. Now, I do prefer this on PrizePicks to Underdog. They do have it up on Underdog, and Underdog is half a point PPR. DraftKings is full point. Searching Underdog. DraftKings is full point PPR. But again, with Hubbard, with that report, it doesn't sound like he's going to get a lot of the passing down work. And at 8.75 fantasy points, I would just much rather take this on PrizePicks, the under 11.5 than on Underdog. And again, PrizePicks is just being weird. Like, I don't know what's going on with my computer and PrizePicks, but something's up. I tried resetting my computer and it's still acting weird. But yeah, guys, those are going to be the 5 picks for tomorrow. We're taking Brandon Powell over 2.5 receptions. We're taking Mingo over 32.5 receiving yards. We're taking Pittman over 5.5 receptions. We're taking Zach Moss under 45.5 rushing yards. Last 5 bros. You will not want to look at that one. And then Chuba Hubbard less than 11.5 fantasy score. So hopefully we can keep this heater going, guys. If you guys do enjoy the video, make sure to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Like I said, if you're looking for more plays or more stuff for DFS, you can check my Patreon link in the description. But thanks again for watching. Good luck. See you guys all in the next video.